Welcome to the Upstate New York Knicks podcast. My name is Mo Brown. I'm with my guy.
That's me.
My guy Ham Van Dam, the Frostman.
The Frostman.
But yes, this is the Upstate New York Knicks podcast where we give you the take of the New York Knicks from here upstate. So we shooting live from Syracuse, New York. We was born in Brooklyn, but Cuse is in our heart.
Yes,
but just because we up here, you know, we still Knicks fan. You could take me out the city, but the Garden is forever. But yes, we are here. I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of sold. I'll let y'all know I sold. We were supposed to record last night, and I sold. But I really wish we could have recorded after the Sunday game. Because we recorded Tuesday after the Pistons game. Things went well.
Fresh off a win.
The Sunday podcast would have been a lot different. Because we was selling this week, man.
Did we?
Before we get into it, shout out to the podcast producers, Smooth Family Entertainment.
That's us.
Smooth Fam, doing
SFE,
great things.
baby.
SFE over everything, but
Let's get into it.
yeah, man, let's get into
Let's
it.
not waste no time. Because why?
Are we going to do it sequentially? Because we've been selling a lot. Portland, Memphis.
It was a sales week.
Job. Yes.
It was a sales week.
Not a good week for the
at
Knicks.
home too. Like we usually are traveling salesmen, but we decided
to sell in the crib.
We had a BOGO sale this week. Buy one,
Anthony
get one
Simons
free.
And Jeremy Grant went off.
Buy one, get one free.
They combined for like 80 points.
No, so let's properly segue this in, because as you guys can hear, we were not thrilled with this weekend's festivities.
Correct.
So we're starting off with Portland. Portland, the Portland Trailblazers
did not have their best player
and blazed the trail
right through the Garden.
It said, "Hello,
we are
my
here.
name is Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simons.
You will give me the respect I deserve." And we didn't know. I didn't know.
We absolutely sold. It was a nasty sale job. I was absolutely disgusted.
This is one of the nastiest box scores you'll ever see in your life. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's really disgusting.
Give it to us.
Jeremy Grant gave you 40 minutes, 20 shots, 28 free throws for 44 points. And it gets better. He had a plus-minus of -1.
-1.
Just absolutely
That means that his team was 1 point better when he was not on the floor.
Even though he was giving us crazy chips.
Not even chips. All right, we're not gonna put this out. We're gonna start by deading the narrative. Jeremy Grant, first and foremost, is by default my guy. Cuse alum.
Cuse.
You know,
we Cuse.
We are Cuse.
We love
alum.
Both of us. We are literal alumni.
It is thoroughly hard for me to hate on a Cuse alum. But wow. Jeremy, how much did you pay the refs, King?
Some of the foul calls were outrageous. Like there was one time RJ literally had his hands straight up. I'm putting my hands up. But he had his hands straight up. Jeremy went into him, bounced off of RJ, and flopped and sold the call. And got it.
Like a king.
And got the call. It was really nasty watching the refs just give them a game. I don't want to take flowers away from Simons. He was hooping. He really was cooking us. There was a point down the stretch where I was yelling at RJ because RJ just could not stop him. It was that simple. They would just put RJ on the island and Simons would win consistently. And I want to give him his props. Some of the calls down the stretch for him was nuts too. But, you know, I'll respect that. But it was a really nasty game.
The refs sold us. I'm not even going to lie to you. The refs sold us. It was tough to watch. It was a tough game to watch because, I mean, the ebbs and flows of the game, we was playing well, but we are the Knicks, and we decide not to play well.
At all. On our side, Brunson went 10 for 22 with 32 points. Had a really good game.
He was him.
He
forgot. He tied it. He sent it to the OT.
Yep. He sent it
to the OT.
He was the bright spot this week. I will say he played good as Jalen Brunson.
as what you can expect a Jalen Brunson to give you.
That's what he does.
He spent a good week as a 3 masquerading as a 1.
Yeah.
I will give him that.
Yeah.
And that's my guy. RJ 6 for 22.
Terrible. We'll get into it with the Ronan report.
We always do. We always do.
Went 1 for 7,
10 and 5. 19, 10 and 5. 1 for 7 for 3. We gotta have a conversation about Rowan and Rowan the shooter.
Oh man.
The Rowan the archer. In which he's supposed to be. I don't know what he's doing out there.
I will say, I'm confident he's going to shoot at least 35% for the season, even after shooting this poor, because right after New Year's, he's not going to miss. He's not going to miss. He does this. But right now, living through this is really nasty.
We've thoroughly lived through this about 2-3 years in a row. It's just
gross.
We know that January is coming, and then he'll be January Rowan. It's like he gives a New Year's resolution every year.
So on Twitter, they was going in about how Julius was a ±-17, and Obi was a ±-14 versus Portland. You reading into that? You buying into that?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
you ain't gonna.
All right. Obi's had a tough stretch.
This is true.
Obi Curry has not shown up in about 6 games, and I'm not thrilled with that.
We miss him.
And we miss him. Obi, I know you putting in the work, King, but we need you to hit them. We need you to hit them shots, because honestly and truly, you getting jerked.
Wide open looks.
You getting jerked because your minutes is still low. Like he's still
14 minutes in a game that went to overtime. That's nasty.
And you're like the 4th or 5th best player
on the team,
and you're getting 14 minutes. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts.
Correct.
That can't be happening. But it fire tips the clock.
Here we go.
It was tough. Like I said, it was tough to watch. It was just such a tough game. Like, we gave Brunson the props. He sent it to OT, and OT we started selling. Oh my God.
We just made an effort. Like it was really nuts. I feel like the first play
they was up 8 in OT, bro, without Damian Lillard on the basketball court. Like, what is going on?
They ran the same play
Damian
every
Lillard
time.
Was in jeans and a very nice shirt. Like,
and we got cooked.
He was calm, chilling.
And we got cooked.
He was ordering his Grubhub.
It's really nasty.
Get to his hotel.
Because, like, I say we don't have a 1. Like, we got Brunson, masquerading as a 1. But is Simons a 1? Like, is he that good and we just selling? Or are we just incredibly selling? Like, I like Simons. I think he's good. He had 38. He had 38, 5 and 4. Like, his numbers made no sense. Like, I could be selling, maybe I just don't know. Maybe he is that good.
Simons is good. Nah, he's good.
Don't get it twisted. 38, 5 and 4 good?
He's not 38 points.
He was killing
I'm not gonna lie. I told you, 46 points. Anybody that gets over 46 points over their average or under their average is either a good game or a bad game.
Okay,
you can't.
A good game.
Nobody averages 30 points but Steph and Luka and Shai Gilgeous.
Yeah. Those are some real good scorers.
And I think KD probably, but like those are the
scorers. Yeah,
like Anthony Simons is good.
Is he up there with these guys?
He's not.
I don't think so.
Curry. Like, that's not somebody that should be getting 38 points. I'm sorry. And that's even worse that Jeremy Grant got 40 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But Anthony was giving us buckets. Like, he was the one giving us the buckets.
Yeah.
And
it was ISO. It was high pick and roll. It was straight up high pick and roll. He would come up. Him and Grant would run the pick and roll. And whoever RJ was on, they gave that person the ball. I'm going to talk about the raw report. It was really nasty, though. They was isolated.
Oh, I can't wait till we get to that, too.
They put him on the island.
Because
they really was like, we know the weak link.
For the Rowan switch is not $104 million.
He's supposed to be our defensive guy, and they were seeking him out. It was nasty. Oh, it was real gross. I watched the whole thing, but yeah, no, it wasn't the best game, but we ride. Now on to the next sales job.
Oh man, like I said, BOGO. weekend sale.
Weekend
Buy
sale.
one, get one free. Buy one L, you get one L free.
I wanted this game. I
So
wanted to win this game.
I told y'all last week. I knew he would win this game because one Desmond Bane was not playing. I'm here to say that I have a topic we're gonna get into later, but like the importance of having a Ja Morant on your team showed on Sunday. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hold on. Only reason I'll go against that is because Ja Morant is getting calls that only Ja Morant is getting.
But that's a part of what I'm saying.
But like Steph Curry not getting these calls. Like Ja Morant is in his whole nother league as far as getting calls, and it really makes no sense.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
There was a time where he pushed Quentin, or not Quentin, Cam. He pushed Cam into the defender.
I know, and he
got the call on some shit.
I'm not gonna lie. Ja Morant is an interesting guy. It was shown on Sunday. Like, yeah, he's gonna talk his smack, this, that, and the third. That's cool. But he just makes a decision. His decision making, while sometimes is bogged, like it is bogged.
He does do nuts things.
I think that he is rewarded for being a bogged guy. Like that is my that is one of my theories. Like, I don't think that anybody else
the
that's
league
bogged,
is like, oh, he's wilding out, but we like it.
He's just loose. Like, he's loose. Like, everything he does looks like a foul, bro. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, everything he does looks like somebody. First of all, he's like $130. Like, that's
teeny
just,
tiny human.
Like, he's not, he don't got no definition on him yet. Like, so everything he looked like, it's a foul. Plus, he's like unique because he's like $130 and he's like mad athletic.
Yeah.
So it's
like ridiculous how he jumps and hangs in the air.
Like, Mitch did a good job. Like, I'll give Mitch his credit. Like, Mitch been fouling like crazy. But like against Memphis, he decided to not sell.
He said, I want to give us 5 blocks.
I love 5 blocks. That's Ja trying to test him, and Mitch being like, honestly, my guy, like, honestly, like, you're $130, bro.
You
like,
too small.
Like, come on. Like, I'm sorry. And
but
that's
so
honestly,
much you could do going up my chest.
That's truly like the Memphis Grizzlies formula. Like, that's how you should beat them. Like, that's what the Warriors did. Yeah. They had Kevon Looney cooking them. Like, like, because he was just like, nah, Ja, you're not coming in the paint, bro. Like, you're gonna do all this jumping, and I respect that you really leap and you body people. But I'm really taking you out the air.
I'm not letting that happen.
I feel like we lost that game strictly off the fact that Ja was getting the calls and we were not getting the calls. Yeah. So it was.
But he gets the calls though. Like, around the league, it's not just versus us. Sometimes I feel like it's just versus us. But like, as I've been watching games, Ja just gets the calls.
He's a call getter.
What's that about? What am I missing? It was really nasty.
You, bro, he's slender. He's athletic. So every time he jump into somebody, like, you even like, if you touch him, he's gonna fly. Yes, like, he's fly
going far
until he get Ock. And I don't know if he could, like, he's slim. Like, he looked like he do mad calisthenics and stuff like that. Like,
like he stretch a lot.
Yeah, like, because he's mad. He's nimble. He's mad nimble. Like, he can't really get brolic because then he'll lose his athleticism and then he'll have to shoot, and that's not his bag.
I don't think we played a bad game. I think down the stretch, we obviously got some possessions we want back. I'll take that Brunson shot with the game on the line 10 out of 10 times. It was a good shot. He created space. They didn't help. He was looking like if the help would have came, I feel like he would have passed. But they let him go one-on-one, and he got off a quality shot. It didn't drop, but I'm not going to blame Brunson missing that one shot. I'm not going to say we lost the game because he missed that shot. The man had, 30 points on 20 shots, made all his free throws but one, 9 assists, 5 boards as a 6'1" man. Like, he did enough, but at the same time, you want that shot to drop.
Yo, you need that shot to drop.
It was such a good look.
So I'm not mad at
it gave LeBron. You remember young LeBron? LeBron will really give you 47 minutes and 30 seconds of elite. And then he just
so this was my qualm with the Jalen Brunson layup. Like,
let's hear
I
it.
had no real issue with it because he's my guy and he's
Okay.
him. So I couldn't be like, yo, like I can't just be. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Like, I'm not gonna be the guy that just starts slandering people when they do wrong things. Unlike crevices of Knicks Twitter, but that's for later.
The crevices.
But yo, like, when I say that's just a microcosm of the season, bro, like that just felt like
you knew it was gonna happen.
Like, it felt like we was gonna have a good game. Like, he went too fast. Like, he went too fast on both of them. Like, in my opinion, I felt like he, especially the second one, he had already beaten Brandon Clark. I'm not gonna lie. If he'd have pumped him, we're winning the game. All he had to do was pump him. Like, that's it. He was already in front of him, and he was on his hip.
He had him beat.
He was on his hip. He wanted to, I know what he was trying to do. I feel him on that. Like, yo, it's there. That's a floater. I hit that already. I got 30 points. I'm going to hit this.
Everything makes sense.
This is my team. I'm doing this. Like, I respect that. But it's one of those things that it's like, it's just like a brain fart that I felt like happened. Like, I feel like if that's second quarter, third quarter, like,
that's dropping.
He's not only is that either dropping,
that's easy money,
or he's pumping him. Like, he's pumping him and he's and one and it's a bucket. Like,
and we've seen it. He's gotten several and one.
I just felt like that was adrenaline. That was like, yo, like, I'm like,
it's growing pains.
Nah, it really
Jalen is the guy here. Like, I like Julius. He has some good games. You know, he's the captain and all that. But it's been evident that Jalen is the guy. Down the stretch, we're giving the ball to Jalen, and we're gonna let him make the plays. He's gonna be him. He's good at that. He is good at that. He's a very good point guard at his thing, and this is his first time. You know, last year he had Luka, a real ball dominant person, so like it's a harder adjustment. Every night we need Jalen Brunson to perform. You don't get no nights off.
Every night we need 20 points.
Yeah, every night. And he didn't have that luxury. He didn't have that luxury last year. He did not. And like, I know he was a legit number 2 to Luka. You know, they got to the playoffs and all that. But Luka was giving you 30.
You could call him, give you 12 and have a good game. He could have gave you 12 and 8, and that was a good game.
And that was enough because Luka was giving you 30. Reggie Bullock might have got hot, something, you know, but you got a solid 30 points every fucking night. We don't have that here.
I think that that loss pays off for us in the
down
future.
The road. I do.
I think that loss pays
growing
off.
Pains.
I think he hits that shot again.
Yes.
If you give it to him again. I think he makes a better decision again.
Yes.
If you give it to him again. So
growing pains.
That's my take on the Memphis game. I was mad as hell we went 0-2. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all know we predicted 2-0 last week.
Yeah, man.
We both sold with our
crazily.
team. Buy one, get two free.
I will say, I told you, I don't know if y'all gambling people, but I told y'all take the over on Jaren Jackson threes.
And what was he doing?
What was it, 5.5? He got 8. Because I know my team. I know it. We are going to give up threes, and he made 3 of them. And, of course, we are selling. But, you know, as much as I want to get angry about that loss, Memphis is a good basketball team. I'm more angry about the Portland one because, you know, at the end of the day, Memphis playoff team, and they had their finals contenders, but, you know, they like the best of tier 2. We good? We recording?
Yeah, we good.
My fault. Memphis is a good basketball team, so like losing to them not the end of the world, but we was so close down the stretch. Like we had chances. It was a 1-point game, and we didn't get it.
We sold. We really sold. It was a sales week. It was a week to I'm gonna say, honestly, a good team walks away 2-0 from that week. And that gives me concern.
Yeah.
Because we're not a good team right now. Like that's the reality of it. We're not a good team.
It is what it is.
We are some mids. We are mid.
Aggressively. We are.
Aggressively mid.
And it's really nasty.
It's nasty to watch. We are one game under 500. Before we let's I guess we could recap the game we just watched because we're not going to get a chance to
preview it. Yeah.
So the third game was against the Pistons.
Yeah.
Fresh off the win.
No, fresh off the L.
Who?
Oh, we right now are
Yeah.
fresh off the. I thought you
Yes.
said the Knicks game was fresh off the win.
Nah,
'Cause they was fresh off
Upstate.
that Memphis
Oh,
L.
we was fresh off the L for
yeah,
sure.
but we right now as we recording. So
And
the
we just-
Pistons game ended what? Hour ago?
Yep.
Hour and a half ago. So we fresh off. So I got like initial reactions. You know, I have thoughts. I have a love-hate with Julius's game. He had a plus 36. It's really good. Team won by 30. He had a plus 36. He benefited. So he had a great game. All right. Let me start by saying Julius Randle had a great game versus the Detroit Pistons. All right.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm about to say might come off like a hater, but I'm really not. I told y'all I'm back on the bandwagon. I got on the bandwagon after game 3. And, you know, I'm a Julius fan. He can have games like this. He was 36, 7 boards, 5 assists. That's a great game. 24 shots. Like, you can't complain with that, and I'm not complaining. However, your power forward, I get this is the modern NBA. I get all that. I don't know if I want him taking 13 threes. That's just a crazy shot selection for somebody that can get to the basket almost whenever they want. So granted, he was hitting them. So I get it. He was 6 for 13. So, you know, you use the Kobe point per shot. He was getting 6, that's 18 points on 13 shots. That's good. You take that math all the time. But I don't want my superstar power forward taking 13 threes. Get in the paint. You got Quentin Grimes and like you got real shooters on the floor. Let them be the real shooters. But you was hitting, you was high. I get it. It feel good. Shoot it. And they can't guard you.
That's not something they could do.
They just cannot guard you. So you can really do whatever you want. It's your world, King. But great game.
Great Julius game.
It was fun seeing
I'm
Kevin.
not putting no stock in the Pistons.
None at all?
We just cooked the Pistons the third time we beat them.
So here's my thing. And this is why this is why we are some mid. We consistently beat the Pistons. Like 2 years ago, last year's team lost to Orlando twice, actually.
Yeah.
Which was games we should have won. But we weren't mid last year. Last year we was butt. This year we are comfortably some mid. So versus the good games, versus the good teams, we probably won't show up. But versus the butt teams, for the most part, we're there. I hate that about us, let's be clear. But, you know, Pistons, those are professional basketball players. Very underwhelming roster. They didn't have Ivy. They didn't have Cade.
Nope.
Somebody else ain't played too. I know Nerlens wasn't playing, but that's whatever. I miss my guy. We got to see all our guys tonight.
Alec Burke, point guard Burke.
Point guard Burks. Oh man, but no, good game. RJ, solid game. What was it? 16 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. Solid plus minus. Great game from Brunson, but he really ain't have much to do. Just give it to Julius. Julius was the show. This was Julius's game. I'm not gonna take that from him. The man was hooping. There was a point in, what was it, the third quarter where he just was chucking up threes.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is getting out of hand.
Well, it was his birthday.
Today's his birthday?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Julius Randle.
Happy birthday, Julius Randle. Was it
That
28?
explain-
27?
Yep,
28? 28.
Oh, man.
Happy birthday.
He passed the threshold.
Yeah, he is where he is.
You are technically entering your
Yeah,
prime.
you are entering your prime.
So act like it, King.
Most people will say 21 to 27 to 31, you plateau, and then it's
the decline.
It changes. Things change.
Sit in the chair.
But my guy he's the goods right now.
He cooked it. He cooked. Who he cooked? Marvin Bagley and
Isaiah Stewart.
and Isaiah Stewart.
Young fights a lot. They
Yeah,
almost
so-
fought today.
So let me. My boy from the town, man.
Mm-hmm. That's that rock. Shout out Upstate, man. Upstate New York.
Rochester's finest, Isaiah Stewart.
Rochester's finest. 585. What up?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So
Plug.
when I do my parlays, right, I always do what I call a hate lay, right?
Okay.
Because
What's a hate lay?
I'm gonna tell you what a hate lay is, right? It's when I take the under on everything. I've never hit a hate lay in my life,
so
but
nasty.
it's just a fun way to spend $2, right? You get what I'm saying? So I set my hate lay right today, right?
What's the line?
The line was kind of nuts. I had some crazy lines. It was all of the Pistons.
Ooh. Did we hit?
No.
No. Oh,
I'm gonna tell you when I
can
got
tell you who sold you. I already know who sold you.
You know
I'm
who
looking.
sold me.
I'm looking now.
So
Let's hear it.
I'm sitting over there at my dinner table.
Okay.
I'm like, I look at the joint and I'm like, all right, my other lady not gonna hit because who was selling me? I think IQ sold me on like a rebound, and I was like, whatever. But
Tough.
but I'm looking at the hate lay, and I'll never check the hate lay because it's just me being. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna put some hate lay out there because I like to hate on people that we're playing.
Copy.
I put the hate lay out there. When I tell you, I was winning the hate lay to about 6 minutes left in the fourth. I was heated.
What's the line?
Isaiah Stewart hit a
Over.
3-pointer.
Oh, you took him
Under 10 points.
Oh, under 10 points. Okay.
He was at 3 points until like
the fourth.
The fourth. And he scored like 13
Yeah,
points
he finished with 19. I knew it was him because 19 is too much. I would have just took the under on points because I would not have guessed Isaiah Stewart was.
I did take the under on points.
Yeah,
he was under 9.5, and he decided
9.5 was his over under.
That means he's selling the season.
He had a good game versus us.
The only one that didn't hit, and my hate lay copped out, but it's whatever. It's a hate lay.
Nasty.
But
overall, I think it was an okay game. Like I said, good performance from Julius. It was good seeing Reddish out there. He did some really good things on the defensive end. He had a little moment. It was like a really bad stretch. I want to say he had a turnover, and then he didn't play defense on the other end, didn't box out. Tibbs yanked him quick, got Grimes back in there. Grimes had it was a good game. We're better than the Pistons. It at least gives me pause knowing that the teams we're supposed to beat, we're consistently beating. I would like to win some of the games we shouldn't, but the only one that I'm really going to count is Utah, because even Denver, they didn't have Jokic. But, Utah, we was legit underdogs. We beat Utah. The rest of the games, though, has been chalk. The rest of the games, we've been favored. We won. We've been
had a
favors.
Year.
We've lost, yeah. Except the Utah game.
Except for the Utah game.
The Utah game is probably the only game we beat the money line.
The OKC game we sold.
Oh, wait, we lost. Yeah, we did lose to OKC.
We sold the OKC game was the one we definitely sold.
Yes. Nasty.
What a nasty loss.
But, yeah, what's the storylines
all right.
so far? What you got?
So we could talk about, Cam is back. Just like last week. Grimes was back. Now Cam back.
We got some two guards. We have some good two guards.
And I want to talk about the fact that they're both back. And
let's hear it.
All right.
What are your thoughts?
So even like pre-production, we was like, all right, Grimes is playing better, Cam is playing good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they're both playing very well.
Yes.
Once again, this is gonna lead me to what type of decisions are we looking at?
I don't think we thinking long term yet. I'm kind of okay with it.
Are you?
Yes. Here's why. It's nasty now. It's annoying now. But we not getting nothing out of this season. We not. Let's let them battle it out. There's going to be, we don't need to build chemistry and cohesion. We just going to get in the playoffs.
I think one of them is definitely gone.
Oh, yeah. But I don't think it should be at the deadline. I think we should wait it out this season because Cam is, we got to decide on Cam. And Grimes, we don't have to decide on, but he'll be an expiring contract, so it's pretty easy to move. I don't see why we need to rush it.
I don't see why we need to rush it either. But then that leads to the other questions. There has to be some, if we're okay. All right, so I'll say this. Okay. If we're okay with being aggressively men,
it seems we are.
Then we kind of just let this shit play out.
Yes.
Honestly and truly, and that's a path I say we could take. If we're content, we're just gonna be aggressively mid throughout the season. This will be 41 wins, 41 losses. Yep. That's idealistic, but that's the baseline we want to get. Maybe a playing team.
Yep.
If that's what we want to do, I'm not saying I'm cool with it because I'm not, but
I understand.
I understand
Yes.
the process per
Yes.
se.
Absolutely.
Now, if we have intentions on like improving this team,
Mm-hmm.
then there has to be like tough decisions made.
Yeah.
So if the Grimes, so I'm only pairing them because one, they play the same position.
Mm-hmm.
2, we're not trading Rowan. 3, we're not trading Julius.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're not trading Jalen. So those
Mm-hmm.
3, they're not leaving. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
just not happening right now, at least.
I
Like,
will say, over the summer, the Knicks did consider trading R.J. Barrett.
they did.
So like, it's not
I'm saying
off
it's
the
not
table.
off the table, but
it's
I'm
unlikely.
saying like as of right now,
Yeah.
like he can't get traded until what?
Yeah.
January?
Yep.
Not he signed in August. So like 6 months. Is
Yep.
it 6 months from August? So
it
it's
won't
like,
be this season.
he can't get traded this season, but
in
that's
theory,
like,
we couldn't move him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that we're stuck with, I don't know if
We're
we want
stuck
to
with
say
both.
stuck.
Not
We
stuck.
have both of them
Yes.
for at least the year.
Yes.
And Jalen. So you have to either improve the others or allow the others to have more defined roles. I still see too much like asking players to do not things that they're not capable of doing, but like, of course, I don't think Tibbs maximizes anybody's skill set, but probably Cam Reddish's. And I think he does that off of just the strength, like
His effort.
He tells Cam to be long.
If you want to be on this
has
team,
long arms.
use your length.
Yes.
Swat some shots.
And Quentin Grimes, honestly. And if you don't want to have that conversation, you got 5 players right now that you're not having a conversation about trading. Does that mean for you that there's 7 other players that there has to at least be a conversation
of moving?
Yes.
7 players that we need to think about moving?
It don't have to be all of them, but I'm saying like that you would consider moving per se.
So I've said this. So we have a lot of the same player. So like Mitch and Jericho, they're the same player. Quentin and Cam, they're the same player. We're gonna have to split these people up. Kind of Obi and Julius, same player. And like mentally, I've accepted because these are the same players playing the same position. At some point, we as a team are gonna split them up. So there's different things going out on Knicks Twitter. And I want to address them differently because they both come off as we're thinking about trading somebody. So there's one thing so Quickly and Rose, there's another 2 that are the same player. They are literally same, ball dominant point guard, looking to score first, pass second. And we're going to have to split these up. Like, you don't need the same player several times, especially when that player is mid. So at some point, because they're all mid, let's be clear, we have no superstars and we have no bums. For some reason, our whole lineup is just some mids. But if like at some point, I just can't see us going into the draft and drafting 3 people this year. We got 3 first-round picks. So in my head, we're going to use these picks to improve the roster. So in my head, I think Leon Rose is just thinking of when he's going to do it and who he's going to do it for.
Okay.
But until then, I don't think so. If it's Joel Embiid and the price is, Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, and Quentin Grimes or Cam, because you got to split them all, and then all of the picks. You do it. But if there's people saying that we just need to move on from Cam or move on from Grimes just to create playing time for the other one, I think that's silly. That's dumb. Why would you just get rid of a good asset? You're not going to get equal value if you do it like that. And just dumping him for nothing makes no sense. Even if you just cut Quentin Grimes, whoever you picked up is not going to get no playing time now. Like, we're still, stacked. You got to do both.
This happened to Cam Reddish last year.
Yeah. We brought him in for no reason. It was a good deal out there. I like Kevin as a person, but he was some mid. And that draft pick was never going to see the floor here.
Nope.
Cam would. So we did that, but we couldn't play him because it was just too much. So, like, there's one
Alec
thing
Burke,
to me.
the role player superstar.
It's like different. Burks was the goods, apparently.
The role player superstar.
Role playing superstar with no dubs. But no, I don't like it when people are like, oh man, you can't you got to get rid of Julius so that Obi could get his minutes. And it's like, it's one thing to get rid of Julius. There's another thing if he's included in a trade that improves the roster. Like the one I saw was Karl Anthony Towns. Like if he get disgruntled, will we move for him? I'm okay with that. If you wanted to do Julius, Quentin, just split each of the same players up, whatever, that makes sense to me. But if you saying, we just going to send Julius in the first for like a cap dump, I think that's silly. I think that's dumb. I don't agree.
Let the record show I'm super good on Cat. Super good on Cat.
He's not the one? LSA leader? He's a high level athlete.
Listen, I'm so good on Cat. Cat is cool, I guess, but he's a good basketball player, but I'm super good on him.
Okay.
Disrespectfully.
I don't know. I'll take him over Julius.
That's trading a problem for a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
People on Twitter.
So yeah, I brought that up because I always thought that was interesting. That always supports my "is it fire tips the clock" narrative, because I think that your opinion is the right opinion to have. I just am always gonna feel like there's never gonna be a time to maximize the assets that we have, because so you say that we have two of the same player. I think that
several positions.
I don't believe in trading for less than value. My problem is that while they're mid for the most part, like they have potential. Like we see the potential.
Yeah.
I'm saying that other teams are not seeing that same potential because they are in this extremely mid system.
So keep going. My fault. I didn't cut you off.
No,
I'm listening.
I think it's the reality of the situation. So like I watch Obi Toppin, right? And I'm looking at Obi Toppin and I'm like, okay, cool. I see somebody that should be dominating the fast break.
This is Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, like and
literally a clone.
And the secondary break. Like his game should be fast break, secondary break. Like anything that's not fast break or secondary break, like is a plus. Like if he does anything like alley-oops, alley-oops are a plus. Post up moves is a plus. Like making any type of dribble move is a plus.
Yep.
But
just his fast break and his secondary break
his
game
fast
alone,
break and secondary break alone should
solid.
Get him a bag. You get what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like
he's gonna fill stands wherever he goes. Folks are gonna show up to watch him dunk the basketball at crazy lengths.
And
absolutely.
all he would have to do is be good on the fast break and the secondary break, and that's it.
Fact.
Like I do, like I'm okay with him being a role player, but if you're gonna be somebody that's a role player that is only getting 14 minutes a game,
tough.
When that's only getting 14 minutes a game, what does that tell me? Because on the outside looking in, like I have a bias. I'm gonna have a bias. I'm a Knicks fan. But from the outside looking in, and if you're looking at it objectively, I'm looking at somebody like, if you're interested in trading for Obi Toppin, and we're gonna get any remote level of assets that we believe Obi is worth. Because I think you gotta talk to me if you're talking about Obi Toppin. I need it first. Like, I'm sorry.
So I think Obi's gonna be included. I feel like the front office is sold on Julius in the way the fan base is sold on RJ. I hate that, but it's the reality. I feel like we got to accept it. The deal for Mitchell, it was reported, not Ian Begley. It was one of them types. But the deal they reported that the Jazz rejected because they wanted Quentin. Also, it was like 2 unprotected, 3 protected. RJ, Mitch, and Obi. And they wanted Quentin on top of that. And the Knicks was like, y'all getting carried away. We want to keep Quentin. But like just the fact that they was ready to give up that many of the young pieces, Mitch, Obi, RJ, that tells me they're building around Julius. They see Julius as the guy. So with that being said, if I'm, let's say how Philly was shopping Ben Simmons for a long time. Let's say how Kyrie is technically on the market, even though I never want him. But just like the hype, there's always another star. There's always a star that is tired of losing that wants to win. You know who I think it might be this week? I think it might be Luka. They selling out there. They really
Merch.
selling out there.
Merch.
Ain't gonna like that. If I was watching, I was like, Luka don't look like he like losing. And they losing. But when that time comes, OB
so this is my
will
point.
have the best deal.
This is my point I'm trying to make, though.
Yeah,
Like,
let's hear
and we can wrap up this conversation.
Okay.
But my point is that when it's time to trade for a star, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I put on Twitter after the Portland loss,
You
I'm
need a
actively
star.
recruiting a star
need
to
a
the
star.
New York Knicks.
This is true.
Anybody that wants to come that is good at sports,
We want you.
DM me, DM Upstate Knicks, because I will recruit you personally to the
Knicks.
New York Knicks. I'm letting you know that right now.
But you
Like,
need 25.
any sign of disgruntledness from
7.
any star that is remotely good at
Star.
sports.
You need at least one All-Star appearance.
No. We have
Not
Julius
even-
Randle. He has one All-Star kid. I need at least 2 All-Star.
At least 2? Okay.
I need
So
at
we
least
need
2 All-Star
multiple
appearances.
All-Star appearances. So the Jaylen Brown, that's you.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Devin Booker.
Jalen.
Any of y'all, if y'all not happy in y'all situations and y'all
Let's
want to come to
talk
New
me.
York,
Come sit in
Come-
my office, respectfully.
at Upstate
Because-
_Knicks on Twitter.
Because it's getting ridiculous. But I'm saying this to say this, right?
Let's hear it.
So my point is that none of these people are what we consider a 1.
Yes.
Not even a 2.
Yes.
Like, Jalen, I love you. You are probably the best 3
Mm-hmm.
in the NBA right
Mhm.
now. But I'm saying that to say that, yo, if there is a development in place, like if it looks good, if there's a willingness to play, I don't even want to say play the kids because he plays the kids, but it's like the like if you're gonna build around Julius or you're gonna have Julius to build around somebody else, like you have to develop your kids. And if I'm saying that to say, like, if anybody from the outside looking in, because I believe that you are what the market says you are. Like, that's just the truth. Like, that's
Mhm.
my marketing brain talking, but that's just the reality of what it is. Like, we're a Knicks podcast. If we don't market to Knicks fans, then what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the NBA and you're marketing to other NBA players and they're looking at your team and they're like, yo, this is a bunch of mid, what are you doing? My thing is that why do we have to give up all these players? Like, there's a deeper conversation in that. Like, why do we have to give up all these players?
Mhm.
Because who are these players? Like the deal for Donovan Mitchell, who is a 3 his damn self, like
Mhm.
is like two 4s and like 3 picks. Like, let's be real. Like it should have taken, like if it was gonna take Rowan, it should have taken Rowan and one other person.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it should have taken.
They wanted
and
more
2
from
picks.
us. Yeah.
But why did they want 4 picks? Like, why did they want 4 picks, or why did they want 4 players? Because the market is telling you what you say you are.
Mhm.
Yo, you are trying to sell us a pack of mid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's what they view our players as.
and they viewed
Yeah.
future all-star Lauri Markkanen as a freaking,
The goods.
like, and we could look at Lauri Markkanen and be like, yo, Lauri Markkanen is some mid. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't never seen him do
I
this
still
before in my
believe
life.
he's a mid.
I do too.
I think this is what they call a flash in the pan.
I believe this is
not
what they call an
sustainable.
outlier.
Yeah, an
Like-
outlier. Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
But this is my point. Is that look at how other teams are viewing
Lauri
our players.
Markkanen.
Like, and they're viewing
versus
Lauri
our
Markkanen.
guys. Yeah.
So what is going to change? Like, if we're going to run out the same type of formula where we're playing Obi 14 minutes a game, where Derrick Rose is playing 24 minutes, then Derrick Rose is only going to get you a 2nd-round pick. And like I'm trying to see it from both avenues.
Mhm.
We're the fans. We love our players. Is that we said that last week. We want to keep everybody. We want everybody to play, but that's not the reality of the situation. The front office wants to win because if they don't win, they're going to get fired.
Mhm.
So, like, if you don't play players or at least try to maximize their skill set in a way that makes sense,
Mhm.
like marketing wise, how are other teams going to look at your players? Like, honestly and truly, like, what are we looking at? What are we looking at?
So I think you, as a Knicks fan, should know better, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. You need to mentally prepare yourself for the very likely possibility that we're going to overpay
Yes.
for a superstar.
Yes.
And the superstar is probably going to be a tier 2 superstar.
Yes.
If we're lucky, we will overpay for SGA. if we're lucky, we will overpay for Joel Embiid. But you need to mentally prepare yourself that the deal for Joel Embiid
will be nasty.
Is going to include the entire roster not named Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle.
I believe
Every other person on the roster is in play.
I believe
literally.
No,
and the picks. We're gonna do a nasty overpay.
I'm gonna say this. I am always prepared for the immediate fact that the Knicks will overpay for a superstar. We've done it.
We have.
We do. Not only do we have we done it, we do it. It is something that we are willingly capable and able and willing to do, and we will do it. Mm-hmm. Like that's not something I'm even concerned about. Like I just said, I am actively recruiting a superstar. I'm actively recruiting a superstar to the New York Knicks. Mm-hmm. I don't really care what it costs at this point.
I will say though, let Dallas be a cautionary tale. They went and got a superstar at all costs, and it cost.
It did.
Luka said, "Get me some help." They said, "All right."
And
that kid out in New York looked good. Let's push all the chips in front of the table.
A great tweet I saw today said, "How does it feel to be Dallas to lose both sides of the Porzingis trade? Because why did he decide to be mid only in Dallas? He decided to be mid only in Dallas. He was nice in New York. He went to Washington. Niggas start killing everybody.
This is true. He's definitely the goods this year. Having a solid season.
And he got a beard. A beard.
He's a new dude.
Don't even know that man.
What's nasty is he's only like 26. Like he's not that old.
If the legs hold up, he might be still good. Like
he might be good. Really nasty, but he wasn't trying to do it in Dallas. That might say something about Luka, honestly, but that's another podcast. That's Upstate Mavs fan. Go check that podcast out. But I'm on your side. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau don't talk to each other. I really there's no way they're on the same page. There's not a chance.
You couldn't convince me that they'd even know what each other eats for breakfast. They don't sit in the same.
They don't have a shared Google Doc.
They sit in different sides of the cafeteria.
They text through Julius maybe. Yeah. Like Tom only hears what Leon wants from Julius and vice versa because they are not in sync. Like Tibbs
there's no way.
Tibbs wants to play his guys 35, 40 minutes a night.
He don't want to play.
He don't want no deep team. He wants his best dudes on the court. The only time he want people swapping them off is when his best dudes is tired. And we are the deepest team in the league. Yeah, he wants them to work out. Get your cardio.
He don't want them to be tired at all.
But yeah, somebody who wants that, I know it's killing him to have to play 11 guys, have to play 10 guys, because that's not what he wants to do. He's never done that. I want to say when it was in Chicago, it was the starting five, Taj Gibson, and that was it. There was maybe Kirk Heinrich was the backup point guard. His teams never go deep. That's his flaw. They always burn out. Mm-hmm. But, this Leon Rose is not on his page. Leon Rose is like, all right, I'm going to just get you mad, nice players, and you figure it out. And they all mid. They all mid, man.
It's tough.
We'll see. Is it time?
Oh, it's time.
Let me stop.
You can't stop.
I've been doing that my whole life. Oh, man. It is time for the Rowan Report. So, yes, my name is Mo Brown, and I am the self-proclaimed RJ Barrett's #1 fan here at the Upstate New York Knicks podcast. I've been an RJ fan since U19. He cooked us as Canada versus Team USA, so I think I am a very credible messenger for any and all opinions about RJ Barrett. This was rough. Last week, he got a D+.
Where are we at? Don't give us the grade yet.
It might be worse.
Don't give us the grade.
It might be worse. Think about how bad you got to play. So... I'll give y'all the numbers because the numbers are terrible. They are horrendous. So versus Portland, I don't want to give y'all the numbers. I really don't because I'm really RJ's #1 fan. I need y'all to believe me when I say I think RJ Barrett can really be Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I see greatness in this man, but I have not seen greatness in a long time. So versus Portland, he was 6 for 22, 1 for 7 from 3. 1 for 7 from 3. 1 for 7 from 3. 19 points. He did have 10 boards. I will say when RJ is mid, he makes up for it in other ways. He had 5 assists. So like he's always active, but man, you gotta stop shooting. Just don't shoot until New Year's. Like, I love him because he's never seen a shot that he didn't like. Like, if he's open, he's going to shoot it. But I hate him because he's never seen a shot that he doesn't like. And if he's open, he's going to shoot it. He played really bad versus Portland. They were seeking him out on defense. Down the stretch. Mind you, RJ is marketing himself as a two-way player. He's supposed to be the next Jimmy Butler.
Excuse me, sir. That's what I was about to say.
Have you ever heard of a team hunting out Jimmy Butler? It was the same play. Anybody who watched that game, very high pick and roll, nasty high pick and roll too. I was annoyed we was even taking it serious because Simons wasn't coming off. It was like high pick and roll at the midline, like at half court, and it was him and Jeremy Grant.
That king had no desire.
Whoever if RJ switched, they gave it to Jeremy because now Jeremy was being guarded by RJ. If RJ stayed, it was Simon. And they did this to great success. Great. I want to say they had 14 straight points on either a bucket, a foul, because Jeremy Grant gets fouled a lot, or somebody had to help RJ because he couldn't stay in front of nobody.
Jeremy Harden.
It was terrible. It was really bad, man. Like, as a Knicks fan, it hurt me to see this. Like, it was really painful, y'all. I need y'all to know that. I had never witnessed nothing like that. But the offense being bad is one thing, but getting hunted out on defense is an absolute no-no if you're trying to brand yourself as a two-way player. Nope. It was bad.
Nope.
It was so bad. He did not play better versus the Grizzlies. If we're being perfectly honest. I will give y'all the numbers. So he was 9 for 17. Much better shooting, much better from 3. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
He wasn't.
He wasn't clamping up. I don't know what's going on with RJ. I will say down the stretch, Brunson kind of got away from everybody. Like in those last 2 minutes, RJ did give us some solid buckets. I was happy to see that. So like it wasn't terrible versus Memphis. But overall, I don't know if it's the energy level on defense. I really don't know what's going on, but something is not right. I would have liked to see him do a better job versus Ja Morant. I get that Ja Morant is him. I know that he's going to get the calls, and it's really hard to guard him. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing from RJ. Much better game versus the Pistons. I will say I think he shot through to the other side. I'm hoping that. I said this after OKC too, so I guess I'm just optimistic. But I feel like he can't shoot this poorly for this long.
Not till January.
It's just not this rational because he's shooting really, really bad. But 4 for 11, 2 for 5 from 3, not terrible. 2 for 5 is actually pretty good. I won't hate. Throughout, he has been getting to the free throw line. Plus minus plus 32. So the team did better when he was on the court. Won by 30. 16 points. So this game, the numbers kind of lie because we cooked them. Like the game was over once Julius decided it was over in the third quarter. So RJ didn't really have to do much this game, just like he didn't do much down the stretch versus Memphis. But not the best week for RJ. I think he will turn it around. If I gave him a D+ last week, I guess I got to give him a D+ again. I'm leaning towards C-, but I'm going to go D+. The Portland game was so bad defensively that it just takes away that these last 2 games were solid because he was terrible. Like, if I was doing it, I would say like C for Pistons game, C, maybe a C- for the Memphis game. But the Portland game was a flat-out F. It was terrible. He was getting hunted out on defense, and he brands himself as a two-way player.
Literally.
It was too bad.
Yes.
But
they literally saw You know who they
Lunch.
saw on the court?
Traffic cone.
They saw on the wing. They saw Quentin Grimes.
Mm-hmm.
They saw Cam Reddish.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw R.J. Barrett.
And they said, this is
And
an
they
easy
said,
choice.
This is one of my easier choices I've ever made.
This is
I'm
so
not
easy.
going for the other two. I'm going for Rowan.
This is so easy right now.
Nasty work, Rowan.
It was disgusting.
I'm giving Rowan a D.
I'm
giving Rowan a D. D.
It was
Rowan,
terrible. You gotta play better, RJ.
Rowan.
That's what's nasty is I know he can. We all know he can.
Eventually.
We've seen him do it, and we've seen him do it for stretches at a time. Like, it's not 2-game spark.
I'm giving Rowan a D for the simple fact that I need his coach fired. But that's just the honest truth. I just don't think RJ's being used the right way. Honestly,
y'all ready for my conspiracy theory, though? Y'all ready, y'all? Guru, you ready for this?
Give it to us.
So I think RJ heard the trade rumors. He knew that he was included in the deals, and he's looking at it and he's like, if I'm cooking at the deadline, some team gonna want to trade for me and unload their superstar, and RJ not trying to let it be him. So that's why he's selling us. He not trying to get sent at the deadline.
Self-sabotage.
It's a self-sabotage. He want to stay in New York because he's New York forever. That's my conspiracy theory. I don't think he's playing this good.
To the street.
I don't think he's playing this good of his own volition. I think he's making a business decision because nothing else makes sense. I just refuse to believe he's this mid. This is such a regression.
All right, so Knicks Twitter's been killing RJ all week. Oh my God. We got to talk about that in our Rowan segment. So as Rowan's number one stan, I need your immediate reaction to Knicks fans turning on Rowan. Do you think it'll subside? I personally think that he's just the newest target.
Yeah,
and
it's that simple. They need to hate somebody. Knicks Twitter is, so I'm not on other Twitters. I was on Jazz Twitter for a little bit over the Donovan Mitchell saga. That was a weird place. But on Knicks Twitter, we need an antagonist. Like, nobody wants to be positive. Nobody wants to talk about the good things happening on the Knicks. It's always negative. It's always, Julius is doing bad.
Narratives.
Obi can't hit a shot. Burks is terrible. Like, it's always the negative. The only time I've ever seen a consistent good narrative was when Derrick Rose came and then everybody was on the Julius bandwagon. But even then, there were folks saying, just there's always a negative. There's always something, With that being said, I'm expecting the fan base to turn back around. Knicks fans like good play. RJ has not been playing good.
That has not been happening at all.
It's that simple. He's going to start playing good, though.
And like I said, like, we're not hard to please.
We're not.
Hard. We just want effort.
You broke it down.
It's not hard to please. I think we just are very frustrated with being mid. I just think New Yorkers are just frustrated with being mid. I think it's just not. I think we've been mid for so long.
Yes. It's boiling over.
You gave us a flash. Like, we've had 2 flashes in the past, 30 years?
20 was 99?
Nah, 22 years, 23 years.
23?
2 flashes.
99 was the Spurs, right?
Yeah. We had 2012, the 2012-2013
season. Yep. Great season.
And 2020 Knicks. Like,
yeah. That's pretty much it.
And that's
average 2 years. That's 10% of the time. It's less than 10%.
That's nasty.
That's disgusting.
That's like 1.7% of the time we've achieved success.
Mid too. We wasn't even great either of those years.
Average.
Yeah, both of those years we just made the playoffs.
That was off. That was just off. Like, I felt like that was just off. Like, the fact that it just felt like a good season. Like, and we can't. And honestly and truly, we can't just be having good seasons every 10 years. Like, that's just not something that I'm okay with at all as somebody who is now in his 30s.
So here's the dilemma. And here's where I think Leon is under no pressure and we're going to hate it. We are some mid. This mid team is comfortably the best team of the past 12, 13 years. Not counting that 1 year, we played the Hawks. This team, the midness that we are putting out there is much better than all of the Porzingis teams, much better than all of the, time period between Julius and Melo leaving. Like, this is our second best team comfortably. This team is gonna make a play-in. What we do in the play-in, we might make the playoffs. But like, you could not say that for any Knicks teams up to now. And because of that, I think there's very little pressure on Leon to make a move. I think that as a front office, as a franchise, the New York Knicks are okay being some mid because we were some trash for so long.
You think it's a slow burn? It's a slow build?
I think it's a slow build. I think they're trying to get extended. They're trying to be mid for as long as possible to demean to get rid of the Knicks is terrible narrative.
But how long does it take for public pressure to set in? Because I think that the way that the Knicks are building is earning them like, I don't want to say respect throughout the league, but at least like a level of competency. Because I think a lot of the slander for the Knicks comes from Knicks fans. Like, we're just not satisfied with being this. And like a lot of the national media will talk about how like the Knicks are building and this, that, and the third. And like, this is not their team. You know, like, we got praise for the Jalen Brunson signing. And you know, that was a good move to get us to be in mid. Like, that was a good move to get us from out of the trash area.
Yeah, from trash to mid.
So I could see how that could be like a theory, like we're trying to build towards relevance, but
they're not trying to take big steps. And I hate it.
That's kind of nuts to me, though. Like, I think that besides Vegas, New York is like the second biggest risk-taking area.
We big gamblers out here.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just not even gambler, but I mean, like you come to New York, like the New York mentality is you come to New York. Like,
now, go for it.
Go for it. It's expensive to live. Like, you only doing this because you're trying to get to the next level. So, like, to think that, like, I'm saying that to say, like, I think that them slow building is earning them notoriety and stuff throughout the league, but I think it is exhausting Knicks fans and that are exhausted with this front office that, like, yo, bro, you're really, like, okay. Like, year one, okay. Year two was like, all right, we're in year three now. And it's like, bro, you're still snail walking to the door. Like,
snail walking.
Like,
snail walking.
Like, that's why we had such, like, energy around the Donovan rumors. And I think that's why the level of disappointment was, it reached its peak. Because
the
it's
Knicks
like,
just wanted any star.
Wait a minute. You doing something?
Yeah.
Like, we actually going to try to do something?
Yes.
And, like, you sold it as that.
Take a swing. Yes.
And then, I mean, I have my conspiracy theory about the Rowan signing, but I'm like, bro, like, you knew that was going down, and then you signed Rowan, and it's like, that was like to cushion the blow. Like, we going to keep RJ to stand at third. Bro, we was keeping RJ anyway if he wasn't getting traded. Like, if he wasn't in the deal, you was extending RJ. You wasn't going to just let him walk.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that's just like a given. Like, that was something that I felt was like team speak per se. Like, it's like, okay, you signed RJ, and yay, RJ's with us for 4 more years, but it's like, all right, you know RJ's not the one. You know he's not Donovan. So it's like,
I feel like as a fan base, we want to win now, and we deserve to win now. The Knicks fan base is by far the best fan base in professional sports.
Yes.
No fan base that's this loyal, not even the Cowboys, not the Lakers, not, Barcelona, no team in the world has a fan base that's this loyal, this active, shows up, sells out every single game, and gets rewarded absolutely nothing for it. Literally nothing. Like, the Cowboys have made the playoffs over the last 20 years much more than we have. Much more. They haven't won any chips, but we haven't either. And they've made the playoffs much more. The Lakers win championships. Like, every other fan base that can compete with us gets rewarded, and we don't. And that kind of sucks. But, I don't hate it because I remember being trash. I remember rolling out Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Mudiay. I remember expecting big games like You know, was it Alex Shved?
Shved.
I remember rooting for Ron Baker.
Lexi Shved.
I remember rooting for Ron Baker. Like, a lot of these fans don't remember rooting for Ron Baker. They don't remember this. So for them, they like, oh man, everybody else doing good. The Nets got a chance to win the title, all that. And I'm like, yeah, it would be good to be there, but I can acknowledge where we came from, and I can say with good confidence that 2 years from now, we're going to be in a better place. And I've never been able to say that as a Knicks fan in my life.
So you believe that the slow build is going to come to fruition?
We've just been drafting too good. Like, we clearly know how to draft.
I think that's our strong suit.
That's a good skill to have as a front office.
But I feel as though, I'm always going to feel as this, but I feel like, all right, if you recognize that you are a drafting team, like, you're in a conundrum already because you're in New York. Like, you need, like, but you're in a conundrum because, like, a crazy conundrum because you're in New York. Like, you believe, I think the front office believes that we would be, like, anti-tank, like, if that was the decision. And I just think that's absolutely the wrong way to deal with it at all.
I think we would, though. Huh? I think the Knicks would be against. Like, Knicks would be anti-tank. Also, I don't think we can tank.
No, I know, but that was my second point. I think I was about to say, like, I think we wouldn't. I think Knicks fans wouldn't be against anti-tank, but I personally never think that a large market team, large market city team, can actually tank. Like, that's just not something that is like.
I wasn't even saying it from that standpoint. I was just saying that the back end of our roster, like, if we just played deuce, if we just played, like, we can't tank.
Though.
They're too good.
That too, but. It's more so like we could lose. Like, we'll lose games with our young people. Like, we're not going to make the playoffs with them. Like,
we wouldn't tank. We're not getting Wemby. We're not getting the other dude. Name escaping me right now.
Scoop.
Scoop. Thank you. We're not, like, even if we played, even if we played like Deuce and Jericho starting 1, starting 5 with, like, Obi at the 2. Obi at the 4. Like, if we played just our bench, like, players or rotation players, obviously not Ryan, I think if we played them, we still win 30, 33 games, and you're late lottery. Like, I think that our bench, our depth is that good because we draft really good. We do.
But once again, that is our perspective. The market tells us that we draft good, but
they're playing. They play.
They
like,
play.
On our team, yeah. Like, they get points in NBA games. You can't erase Quentin Grimes' output. Late
I don't
first
erase
round pick.
I don't erase none of my guys. I'm saying that when it's time to get the star, I'm not trying to give up 3 of my guys. Like,
you don't have to. It's the nature of the beast.
I'm saying if you draft well, you could give up draft picks over players. But
I'm just saying.
If they asking for draft picks and players, that's telling me that they don't think your players are that good.
So my point more that we draft well is just that as a front office, you need a thing. You got to be able to recruit the best free agents. You got to be able to make the most, swindles like Brad Stevens. You need a thing. And our thing is we draft well. We draft well in the mid to late. The one time we were looking to trade up in the draft was to get the Pacers kid, Duarte Chris. And he was the goods too. Like, everybody we've wanted to draft or have drafted has been the goods. So they know something. And I think long term, over like a 10, 15-year period, that's going to pay mad dividends. Just getting, like, Jericho Sims has trade value. It's not sky high, but if you're getting trade value out of a 58th pick, that's solid. That's good drafting. Like, that's. We draft well. That's just I think that's gonna pay dividends. It's just that those dividends is gonna be slow. It's like stocks, not crypto. They want crypto, but they get in stocks whether they like it or not because Leon is not trying to take big swings. I still think there's gonna be a disgruntled star. Whether it's Ingram, whether Zion, like, there's gonna be somebody out there that's a star in a losing situation, and stars don't like losing. They don't. There's only but so long. James Harden didn't like losing. He had to get out. Pick one.
He saw
Anybody.
John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins on his team and said, I got some mid. That's what he said. I don't think either of them gentlemen are mid, but James Harden does.
He said, this is crazy. Russell Westbrook, most loyal dude. He had to get out of there.
Man.
That happens. You know, it's like you KD. Had to get out of there. Just there's always a star that needs to go because they tired of being
there's a star
men.
available every 6 months. Donovan was August. February will be the time. Trust me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pull the trigger when the time comes. I just don't want us to rush pulling that trigger, and then we pull the trigger on Porzingis when we could have pulled the trigger on Embiid or Donovan. That's my 2 cents on that. Where we at?
All right. So I had another topic, but I'm gonna hold it off until next week because then we'll be potting for 3 hours. And
nobody need that.
Let's get into
the previews.
I
ain't gonna hold you.
Previews.
We know how this about to go. So I'll tell y'all that we got the Bucks, the Mavs, and Cleveland. And then the Dallas and Cleveland is a back-to-back. So,
all right.
I'll say.
So let's start with. Let's
go one at a time.
Let's start with the Bucks.
What's the line? I want to see the line.
Milwaukee Bucks, as my boy LJ would call them.
I want to see the line. I know the line is something crazy. I already know Vegas is not favorable.
So the Bucks, we're playing the Bucks. So that means we're playing Giannis, who is apparently the best player in the NBA without a jump shot. Like when you're good. No, he is the best player in the NBA, but he just doesn't have a jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's strange.
250. Give me the points. So money line plus 205. Bucks by 6. I believe that. I think Vegas is being nice. I'm going to over. I don't think we win in this game. I love us. Giannis has been on a tear. And even before the tear, he's been smoking us.
Yes.
He's hot.
All right. So Giannis.
He's in midseason form.
So, all right.
He's averaging 30 and 11.
All right. So we just lost to Giannis about 2.5 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
So I'm taking the Bucks, of course, because honestly, they don't even got Chris Middleton.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
Who cooked us last time? I don't even remember with Giannis.
Who was it? It was a random.
It's always a
I remember last year it was like Grayson Allen. That
was annoying.
I remember that. But I can't pull a game up fast enough. I'm selling. I got us losing to Milwaukee. But it's one thing that Milwaukee is playing good. It's another thing that we have been selling. Like, if it was just one of those things, I might, consider taking us. But we have not been playing good. And
did we have Mitch last time we played Giannis?
Looks like we did. We had him for 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, he was in foul trouble. He was in crazy foul trouble. We kept hacking Giannis.
He was
hacking
Giannis.
That's what Giannis will do to you. Annoying. So Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis had 12 off the bench.
Disgusting.
It was balanced scoring. Brook Lopez 14, Drew Holiday 16, Javon Carter had 14.
That's a
very random name.
Can't have Javon with 14 points. 14 points in double figures. I'm not gonna lie. You name like 6 people, and all of them in double figures right now.
Yeah. Yes. The whole starting 5 and 2 of the bench players. Bobby Portis and
that's an L.
Gary.
That's an L.
Gary Hill? Not Gary. George Hill.
That's George Hill.
George Hill gave us 12 off the bench with a +6.
I don't even remember him playing. That's how nasty it is.
It's an L. I could go in, but I feel like if you watching this, if you listening to this, you get who Giannis is.
We in Milwaukee?
We home, but I think that works against us.
Garden. Giannis in the Garden too?
I will
and now
say,
Giannis think he funny now. Like, he got personality, so he be really cooking. Now
he got a marketing. He got a marketing guy.
Oh, they giving him. He getting a lot of bags.
Yeah, they definitely got to him, and they said smile a little more.
Yeah. Make your dad jokes and whatnot in the press conference. Okay, so Giannis is really gonna cook us. That's gonna piss me off. I'm not gonna lie because. All right,
accept it. His average is 30 and 11.
So my problem with this is that I feel like Tom Thibodeau is a defensive coach, bro. Like, so I have a formula, right?
And he has options.
I can get killed for this on but I don't care.
You'll take the slander.
So there was a time,
Mm-hmm.
I would say less than 2 years ago. I would say literally before Giannis won his chip.
Okay.
I was anti-Giannis, bro.
You were anti-Giannis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Couldn't shoot.
I was slandering Giannis slandered Giannis to a chip. I have that on the
You
record.
take the credit?
I take the credit.
That was
because,
all
as I said, when we spoke about when we played Phoenix, that DeAndre Ayton let Giannis really cook him and let me slander Giannis to a chip because I was literally telling everybody, Giannis is not getting a chip, bro.
Yes.
You cannot get a chip and you got no jet. Like, this is not Michael Jordan's NBA, bro. Like, I'm sorry. And Michael Jordan had a jump shot, and he was the only nigga winning champs.
Yeah. Shaq, Patrick, all them big men. None of them was getting it done.
He was the only one winning chips.
Yes.
So if you're telling me that, like, and Giannis was won a chip, and I gave Giannis his props. I was like, yo, Giannis, I was a hater. Like, I was a hater, but you the best player in the NBA because you clearly, like,
one of one.
Devin Booker was a non-factor because he literally was getting taken out of the game
by Drew Holiday, clamp guard,
a king. So
I think it's tough. And this kind of shows you how it's levels. I think we're gonna make the playoffs. I think Bucks is obviously a finals pick for most people, but 1 versus 1. I think Jalen Brunson is a little better than Drew Holiday. A little better. Drew Holiday, I think, is the best defender in the sport. I think he clamped Marcus Smart after they wrongfully gave him defensive player. It was like the game after they announced it, too. He was like, this is the guy? Bet. Jail. And he clamped him on Front Street. But I think Jalen Brunson is a little better than Drew Holiday. I think Jalen Brunson is definitely our best player. And I think Giannis is way better than Jalen Brunson. Like, there's really levels. Like, their third best player, because Cash Money not even playing, but their third best player is right in league with our best player, and that's how much better they are than us. And we're not there yet.
And Drew is a 3.
Drew is a 3, just like Jalen is a 3. We got to get a 1 and a 2. That's the struggle. But
help wanted.
Please. Next, we got Dallas.
All right. So first of all, I'm gonna put this out there. We're not referring to Dallas as Dallas on the Knicks pod.
Okay.
We are referring to Dallas as Knicks South.
Knicks South?
Yes.
What about Knicks Midwest and Detroit? Didn't they sign Kemba?
Yeah,
Knicks South?
Knicks South did sign Kemba.
That's nasty.
So the return of Kemba Walker on Saturday.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm looking forward to that, though. Kemba was my guy. You got nothing but love from me. Yeah. Got nothing but love. That's the Bronx kid. But yeah,
Tip tried to take his knees into oblivion because he thought that Kemba could play 30 minutes a game.
So here's why so we're losing. I think we're losing. But here's why I think we have a chance on prying Luka away. Luka said, yo, Mark Cuban, I need help. He brought Frank Ntilikina, Reggie Bullock.
All the Knicks.
all Knicks. He bought Chris Porzingis, some fucking mid, Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway Jr. He basically said, if you played for the Knicks, I will take you. And if I'm Luka and I'm looking around and I'm seeing all these Knicks who have no playoff experience, I'm going to feel away. I think there's a shelf life on that. With that being said,
I think that Luka means too much to Dallas, and I think they'll never trade Luka, honestly.
But will he walk?
I mean, he got 5 years, so if we gonna wait up, we got time as well. I'll wait till prom. Luka.
I will happily wait for prom.
Because I feel like in shape prom 27-year-old Luka is gonna be LeBron James.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be his league, and we gonna all hate it.
All right. So you got us as an L.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm not gonna.
I got us as a close L. If there's one we can win, it's this one. But I got us as an L.
All right. I'm gonna take us winning this game. For 2 reasons. One of them very silly. The first reason is that I'm taking us winning this game is because I'm never not taking us against Knicks South because my friend
Nick
Chase
South.
Scott roots for Knicks South, and I'm never gonna
Shout out my guy merch.
publicly admit that his team is better than my team. So that's just me. We have that level of pettiness towards each other. So I'm just never gonna take the Dallas to beat us. The Knicks won the Porzingis trade, if you didn't know.
This is true. Thank you.
But
thank you for Emmanuel Quickly.
and then proceeded to trade Porzingis. for some minutes.
They definitely
but
lost that trade twice.
Davis Bertans is not even in the league anymore, bro.
They lost the trade
Dinwiddie.
twice. That's so tough. Is Spencer still there?
Yeah, Spencer's still there.
Okay.
All right, but the technical reason why I think we're going to lose is because, one, the Mavs have lost. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They just got cooked by Giannis.
They hungry.
And they are having issues because, as I was reading today, so Dallas is not running their best 5 up.
I believe
on a consistent basis.
On a nightly basis.
They literally have Christian Wood coming off the bench.
Nasty.
I think that is nasty work.
Who is he backing up?
JaVale McGee. This is some no lie.
Yeah, come
this
on,
is
Luka.
some Jason Kidd shit.
Come on,
this is some Jason Kidd. I think I'm smarter than everybody think. And the honest truth is that Luka Doncic just needs Jason Kidd to put Christian Wood on the floor for 44 of the 47 minutes that he's out on the floor. Because Christian Wood, while he does not play defense whatsoever as a nigga who is 6'10", he got the layup package. I don't know what is in that man's hands, but anytime he put it on the backboard, it goes in the basket. And he could shoot the 3. So are you telling me that you basically are giving me black Porzingis?
Like, sign me up for that.
Just put him on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Like
there's no logical reason.
There's no logical reason. You got
that's just nuts.
Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee playing and Dorian Finney-Smith, and you don't got Christian Wood is your second best player.
He's the second best player on the roster.
Literally. Like, what are you doing?
There's no logical reason for them to
so
do
that tells me that
at all.
Jason Kidd is in his experimental bag. The same thing he did with putting Giannis at the point guard.
Finney-Smith.
And because you remember he put Giannis at the point guard when he was in Milwaukee. And Giannis could dribble the ball, but Giannis is not a point guard. Like, he's not the point guard. And had everybody thinking we was going to have a 6'11" point guard out here wilding out. And Giannis is just not a 6'11" point guard. He's just a power forward that is extremely nice. And he was doing to a lesser extent in Brooklyn. So I think Jason Kidd is going to fold eventually. I don't like hating on black people like that, but.
So I'm changing my pick. I think we're going to win this game. Here's why. They are playing us. So for us, it's the first night of a back-to-back. For them, it's the second night of a back-to-back. And they're going to be coming off a dub in Detroit. So they beat Golden State this night. They just won by 3. Close game. And then on Thursday, they play the Pistons in Detroit. So I think that us getting a tired Luka, because it's really the one-man show, I think on the second night of a back-to-back, and we are fresh, because that's our next game. No, it's Milwaukee and then whatever. Like, we have space in between our games, and they don't. And we usually play them close. Like, Julius shows up for whatever reason versus Dallas.
He's from Dallas.
Oh, okay, so Julius is going to have one of those games. And I think Jalen Brunson has something to prove. I do. He wanted Dallas to pay him.
Honestly.
They didn't.
Honestly, we win because I think Jalen Brunson needs to let Luka know that he's really out of shape. Yeah. Like, I think that's what he's going to tell him. I think he's going to be like, Luka, you're nice. But honestly, I had some things I needed to get off my chest. Here's this 30 burger.
Here's 30 burger.
I think, like, don't get it twisted. I'm always going to let everybody know Jalen Brunson is him. I think that he's had 30 points 2 straight games before tonight, and he played a good game tonight. But I think Jalen Brunson is getting into his stride. Like, I think he's really going to start really cooking everybody for the next 10 games.
Yes.
And I don't know if we win.
He's a point guard in a brand new situation.
I don't know if we win or lose any of those games. Yeah. But I think that he plays well over the next 10 games, and he separates himself. I think it's going to be a 2-man race for him on the team for the most part. It's going to be between him and Julius. I don't think it's going to be Rowan. I think that
not this year.
I think it was a 3-man race in the beginning, and I honestly in the beginning I thought, like, all right, RJ, like, if you come out and just start averaging 23 points a game and Jalen is killing, like, Julius is just going to have to be the 3, and that's just going to have to be his role. But Rowan sold. Like, that's just the reality of it. And I think it's a 2-man race. I think that, like, I think we give Julius a lot of slack a lot of things, but I think he's not playing terrible. He's having moments where he's not giving like the best effort, but as I told you guys earlier, like we expect him to score over 22 points a game,
and he's been giving it to you.
Yes,
absolutely. But no, I think Brunson, like I do think he's hitting his stride. So point guard, that's like the quarterback of the team. And it's even harder than being quarterback because everybody moving of their own volition. There's plays, but it's basketball. It's a much more looser sport. And you want to know where your guys. You want to know, like, okay, RJ likes cutting to his left. You want to know, Julius likes the corner three spot up. And he's just starting to understand that. And you got to understand he's being the point guard of way more people than you usually have to be. It's usually, 8, 9-man rotation. We're running 11 out every night. So for a point guard, it's going to take you a minute to get used to these people.
This is true.
It's been a quarter of the season, but you see he's getting his. Like, he's getting better. His assists is going up. His, points is going up. But I think this is going to be a statement game for him. It was numbers. I do remember he wanted to get paid before last season. Less, actually. He wanted to get paid
55.
Yeah, he wanted like $55 million, and they was like, nah, you ain't worth it. And he felt away, and he was nice all year, and he played himself out of that contract into a bag. And I think he's gonna show why.
I think it's time for Jalen Brunson All-Star season. That's what I think it is. That's my campaign. I'm starting the campaign today. Jalen Brunson's an All-Star.
Yes,
I can't wait. But
so that's
so
dog.
I got us at 1-1 so far. I guess we both have him as 1-1. Man, Sunday. Donnie come home. Donnie come home.
I might not watch this game.
Oh man, you already know. So I got the over under. Right on Donovan Mitchell mentioning how close he was to coming to the Knicks by Friday. If we're going Friday again.
When is the game? Saturday?
The game is Sunday.
The game is Sunday? Let me see. When Cleveland last game. Because the second that their next game is us, he's telling
I got it coming on Friday.
He got to tell the world.
I got it coming on Friday. That's my over under.
That's
if it comes before Friday, the house he was supposed to build.
I'm taking the over because they play Orlando on Friday.
Oh, it's coming right after that.
I'm in the postgame conference.
It's coming right after
in the Orlando Magic, win or lose, in the postgame conference, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you got the Knicks on Sunday. Are you looking forward to that game?"
I almost played for the Knicks
in the press conference.
God, John Donnie.
He's gonna say how. He was so close to signing to the Knicks. He's going to give us another detail. Like one time it was so close. The next time it was RJ Barrett plus a lot of picks. Now we're going to get a new wrinkle.
Yo, they told me Quentin Grimes and Emmanuel quickly was in there too. I was like, not IQ.
IQ, my guy. He's going to give us another wrinkle. And I'll put the over-under on, I'm putting it on halfway through the first quarter. That you're going to start seeing Knicks fans on Knicks Twitter talking about we should have traded for Donovan Mitchell. First quarter, not second quarter. No, away.
It's coming.
Be saying this.
I'm saying that because it might be me. I might be Knicks fans. I might be Knicks fans. I might be like, God, he's cooking us again, bro.
All you have to do is get rid of Rowan.
All right. So it's hard for me to pick this game because I don't want to pick the Cavaliers. I don't.
Me neither.
I don't want to pick them at all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't want to hear Donovan tell me about how much he misses not playing for the Knicks. But I just think that, like, Evan Mobley, I think he's going to have a really good game. And I think this is going to be the Julius Stinker game. Like, that's just my real take on it. I think this is going to be the Julius Stinker game. I feel like every time I see Evan Mobley play against the Knicks, he has a really good game, and it looks like AD, and it looks like it looks nasty, like it looks like I'm incredible. Really just cooking you very well, like all the layups are layup in, everything very I'm efficient. Shooting, everything I'm shooting is good.
It's a good shot,
and it's not even gonna be like 25. It's gonna be like 16 and 12.
Yeah,
but it'll be 16 of the finest points. Yeah. Like it'll be all the points will be. When we're trying to make a run back in the game and he's scoring 4 points in a row, And like I think this will be the bad Julius defensive game. So I'm mentally preparing myself for it. But if we win Dallas on Saturday, I'll be okay with it. Yes. I'll be okay with the L.
I got us losing too.
So I can't see us winning this one. I think Cleveland is better than us, and I was more pessimistic about that in the beginning of the season. But I just looking at how their team is constructed, like Darius Garland is the goods, Donovan is the goods, Evan is the goods. I mean, Jarrett Allen is even the goods in his role. So it's like, and they play good basketball, like for the most part. When Donovan decides to not be a nut, like when he's not being a nut in his nut form, like they actually play really good basketball. Like the best way, like they probably
they got a solid team.
They have a solid team.
Well built.
I feel like I guess JB Bickerstaff, he's a decent coach, but I feel like they probably need somebody else like that's gonna tell like Donovan not to be a nut. Like,
I don't think there's nothing that can be done to put them over Milwaukee. Like they're just forced into that class, that like tier 2.
I disagree with that because I think like I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Evan Mobley fan, bro.
Okay,
like
you think he's gonna take big steps?
No. The only reason why I'm really a big Evan Mobley fan is because I called AD first, bro.
Okay.
I was telling guys like, yo, Anthony Davis might be the goods. Like, I don't know if his offensive game is that good, but his defensive game is so good.
He is everywhere.
It makes no sense.
Yes.
And Evan Mobley is that type of guy.
Okay.
So my thing is that I think what take Cleveland over the top is Evan Mobley being the goods. Like graduating from being the goods to being him. Like I think it
Do you
comes
think
down
he can be him in that system?
So my thing is this. I think that you only get one shot to prove it. I think that shot comes in the playoffs and Milwaukee has to play Cleveland, and then Evan Mobley has to guard Giannis. And he has to guard Giannis
and do something crazy.
Not something like they're gonna lose it, but like you got to walk away from that series.
Like that was an even matchup.
That was good. Like you would Evan Mobley was really cooking. Like he wasn't cooking Giannis, and he wasn't getting cooked by Giannis. Like you got to look at it like that. Like Giannis still got 30, but he had to work for his 30.
I ain't gonna hold you, Guru. That's not happening.
It's not?
That's not. I like Evan Mobley. Let's be clear. I think Evan Mobley is the goods. I think Evan Mobley will be an all-star in this league. I definitely see that same potential you see with the length. Like he's definitely, somebody that is a real legit two-way player. Very annoying to play against. But it's going to be a minute before he takes that kind of step.
I don't think it's going to happen this year.
I don't think it's going to happen while Donovan Mitchell is still in his prime. I think it's that far away.
Do you think it is?
I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be declining. And here's why I think it's going to happen. Because Donovan Mitchell is there. He won't be able to grow. Donovan Mitchell needs the ball.
Donovan Mitchell needs the ball, but I don't think that it's going to be. I think that it comes to a point in time, like if he's him, he's him, he's him. Like that's just the conversation that's going to be.
If he's him, then now Donovan Mitchell is just
Donovan Mitchell.
But he's a waste now. It's like Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant.
That's the truth.
Every shot that Russell Westbrook took was a bad shot. So if Mobley is the Durant, you at some point it's gonna give. Like they not the goods.
But my thing is this, and I agree with that.
Okay.
My thing is this: if Donovan Mitchell can't be Donovan Mitchell, and Evan Mobley is him, then you get rid of Donovan Mitchell again. Like that's just like.
And now they back to mediocrity.
If Evan Mobley is him, you're not back to mediocrity at all.
Cool. I don't know. So you think Evan Mobley is gonna be like 1-for-1 with Giannis, like that level good?
I think that if Evan Mobley is the number 2 pick in the draft, he has the expectation to be that, and they drafted him because he can be. They drafted him because that's his potential for the most part. Like, is he gonna be him?
We don't know.
No one knows. Yeah. We didn't think Giannis was going to be him, and Giannis became him. Giannis was 15th in the draft. Yeah. Some skinny dude that just worked out and got super brolic.
So Giannis never had a Donovan Mitchell, though. Giannis was able to grow.
This is true.
Evan won't get that chance.
This is true. That's to be seen. That's to be determined.
I think that matters.
I think that Donovan Mitchell became Donovan Mitchell because he didn't have nobody else on his team.
Absolutely,
to be like that was born out of necessity.
But now it's
I
still
think
here.
that-
There's no necessity in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and he is surrounded by talent,
But my
and
thing
he's
is
still
this.
playing the same way.
But I think that's not going to be sustainable. And if Donovan Mitchell is going to be like, I'm speaking off the premise of the fact that, like, this is something that may happen. Like, I don't care if it really happens.
Yeah.
I don't even really care if it happens. But I'm saying that if Donovan Mitchell, who is coming to New York eventually, I guess, is
going to him. He already built the house. He gonna tell us about
But
it.
I'm saying, like, if he doesn't recognize that, I have Darius Garland who averages 10 assists that has a 20 assist game in his lifetime. You get what I'm saying? And he should be initiating the offense. Like, honestly, Donovan Mitchell's best version of himself is if he could just go out and get 40 and he doesn't have to pass the ball. Like, find me in the spot. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna attack. Like, that's coaching. If you ask me, like, that's coaching. Like, if that's gonna happen, that's just gonna be coaching. But that's neither here nor there. Evan Mobley is him. If they don't think he's him, they could trade him to the Knicks. I don't mind.
We'll take him happily. Donovan Mitchell is 10th in the NBA in field goal attempts per game. The next closest Cavalier is 26 with Garland. I don't think there's much shots for Mobley to take until those guys get out the way, and I think it's gonna slow the growth. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Random thing I noticed. Unless, did you have another point? You can make another point.
No, I'm good.
Random thing I noticed about Cleveland, which is kind of pissing me off, but it is what it is. So on ESPN, when you look up the team, it gives you their like tickets, and like you could buy tickets to the game. Cavs versus Philly. What price you think in Cleveland? How much you think tickets starting at?
30.
Tickets are starting at $7. They are running out 4 All-Stars and Evan Mobley. And tickets are starting at Joel Embiid is in the fucking building. And tickets are $7.
You can see Joel Embiid for $7.
This is the ghettoest shit I ever heard in my life. I'm really looking at this like, nah, this cannot be real. But it is real. I don't know what to do with this information. I don't know.
I think that's just tough information.
Next game, home versus Orlando, tickets starting at $12. Next, like, when the Lakers come to town, tickets go up to $47, as they should. But then it's back down to $15 when Sacramento comes around. I feel like if you're a team that is running out 4 All-Stars, one of them is on a Supermax, you shouldn't have to sell your tickets for $7.
That's just tough.
That was the week.
All right, so it's time.
Knicks for clicks. LOL Knicks.
LOL Knicks.
Who the guy?
The segment where we tell you where Knicks fans and anti-Knicks fans say the darndest things.
They really do. They really do.
So, oh man, I got a banger for y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This was one fresh off of the Jalen Brunson 2 minutes back-to-back for the win. Don't forget the 2 back-to-back 30-point games as well. But this is from @IQ for 3. Tag is his tag with the police siren is his tagline. I'm gonna give you your flowers, Kings. IQ in the black New York jersey from 2 years ago is his profile picture, and he says on Twitter, "The Jalen Brunson signing will never make sense to me." Wait, we're not done.
And he was dead serious. I ain't gonna hold you when I saw it. I thought it was a joke.
No.
And I went in the comments.
This is such a good thing that I have to read from the thread. So that was the original tweet. Then we have, this is not Brunson hate, by the way. He's been by far our best player. Okay, so we've already heard both of those statements together. We've already heard both of those statements together, right?
Mm-hmm. Those are in contrary to one another. Those are not the same.
Oh man. So here's my thing. So this is back to the story of people believing that Jalen Brunson is a floor raiser,
Mm-hmm.
and how LOL Knicks for clicks are more willing to be happy when their narrative is justified over the fact that we're winning games. Jalen Brunson, my guy, was a great signing.
Excellent.
He's literally more than what we bargained for it.
And we got him for the low.
Point guard.
We got him for the low.
So let's just briefly discuss our plethora of starting point guards, and let's just say for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So we have 2022 starting point guard, Jalen Brunson. 2021, Kemba Walker. Not Charlotte Kemba.
Yeah, not Charlotte Kemba.
Not All-Star Kemba.
Didn't get traded, had to get signed off the street.
Not Rice High School Kemba.
None of them.
Not UConn. Not UConn
game
Kemba.
winner. None of those dudes.
Not double step back Kemba.
None of them.
We got old Durr. Not going to disrespect my guy. He from the Bronx. I know his man.
Man.
We got Midba.
Super tough.
And that was tough. That's 2020. That's 2021. 2020. Your guy, not mine. Alfred.
Yeah.
Payton.
Nasty.
The man who could not shoot the basket.
We ungrateful as Knicks fans. We are. We don't understand where we came from.
And this is my point that I'm
How
making.
are you not excited that Jalen Brunson is here giving you great point guard play?
We got 2 years at Alfred. Don't get it twisted.
It's terrible.
Don't forget the real king.
Ooh, this is
Prom Pep Academy's finest. We gonna get him out the mud. Moutier. Emmanuel Moutier.
Yuck. Super nasty.
Big mood. In the Fizdalian era.
Disgusting.
Who did we have before Moutier? Do you remember?
Was it Jared Jack?
It was Jared Jack.
Was it Jared Jack that year?
37-year-old Jared Jack.
Ugh. Not Pacers Jared Jack. Not even Portland Jared Jack.
Nope. 37-year-old Jared Jack. We haven't had a good point guard since Ray Felton.
Jalen Brunson is the first Knicks point guard. So there are only 3 Knicks point guards in Knicks history that scored 30 points 3 times in a row.
3 of them.
They said it tonight, so that's how I know.
Yes.
The other 2, Stephon Marbury. Starbury, Chinese god, legend, literally made
$20 sneaker guard.
$20 sneaker guard. Love some Starburys. Before him, it was Walt Clyde Frazier. We had Marbury. When did Marbury left in 06? 05, 06?
We were to China.
Somewhere in there. Maybe 07, I think the latest. He was gone by the time I was in high school. Like, he was out of there. Before him, it was the 70s. We are getting literally once in a generation Knicks point guard play. Literally once in a generation point guard play. And fans are upset about it. And it's like, there's no pleasing. We've been asking for a point guard for how long?
It's disgusting.
And now we got one.
Not because Knicks fans want their narratives more than anything.
This is true.
There's
they don't want to win games. They want to win headlines. I don't have no Knicks for clicks. No LOL Knicks. You got another one?
Oh,
you got another one.
I probably do. I'm on Knicks Twitter all the time. Knicks Twitter is just hilariously enough. Knicks Twitter is trending right now.
Wait, what's trending?
Knicks Twitter.
Knicks Twitter. Oh, here we go. Definitely.
No, I don't have any more Knicks for clicks this week, but
okay.
I'm sure that we will find much more.
Yes.
That was just something that really grinded my gears when I saw it. And I'm like, we are just so, it's the narratives, bro. And I feel like we could have a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
Next week. So just to preview a little bit of next week, I want to talk about I saw a tweet and I think we may have touched on it like maybe the first episode or maybe even last week, but I want us to deep dive into it. So I'm putting this out there a week in advance. So
let's hear it.
So there is the topic that there is every, and I think I said this last week actually, everybody has a young established star. They either have an established star
yeah,
or a young rising star.
Yes. That was going to be one of my LOL Knicks.
And I think we could take some time to deep dive into that.
Okay.
Especially when last week we spoke about like the ones and the twos and the threes.
Okay.
I think that we can I'm gonna say debunk it because I think that there's definitely some teams that don't have either.
Yes, several.
And that they have people that they believe is
young stars
is him, and he's not him at all. He is not even he.
He's Lauri Markkanen. I won't go. I'll save it for next week. But I'm right on your side. Like, Knicks fans are really nuts. Really nuts.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good topic.
Yes,
but
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's wrap it up. It's been a good.
Thank you to if you have made it this far, appreciate you. Please go follow us on Twitter. I'm at MoBreezy213. Guru, what's your name?
At Frostmon Guru everywhere.
At Frostmon Guru. Also
at
follow the pod.
ENT everywhere.
Oh yeah, definitely podcast produced by Smooth Fam ENT.
At Smooth Family ENT everywhere.
Smooth Family ENT. Follow us obviously at Upstate _Knicks.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah, we got them all.
We releasing promo clips.
Yep. TikToks, Instagram.
Give us likes. Rate us on Apple
all that
podcast and all that Spotify. Help. So
if you're interested in coming on as a guest, DM us. You know, we always up for a collab. Maybe
I'll also take guests of the team's fans to preview with us. That'll be fun.
Cavs fans want to come talk to us about what it's like on that side of the aisle. You know, it's definitely we trying to, like I said, build a community. We basketball fans, we Knicks fans upstate, building this community, and we happy that y'all joining us, even if only for a little bit. You know, we love it. It's a beautiful community, and we're gonna keep giving y'all these takes.
Y'all gonna get this content.
I say you could take me out the city, but the garden is in my heart. Y'all take it easy. My name Mo Brown.
Yes. Great.
I appreciate you. I hope we get this win, man.